This is a presentation that we made at the board meeting on July 6th, along with our architects from Ashley McGraw. But I thought that I would just do a quick video to explain the upcoming capital project. So our new architect for the district is Ashley McGraw. Ashley McGraw is a firm out of Syracuse, and they've done work probably most closely known at Bethlehem Central School District, but they also do work all around New York State. So I just want to give you a sense of the overview of the elementary school. So this is an overhead shot of the elementary school. You can see the existing bus loop. And the problem basically, this is before the renovations were done last fall. So the problems were basically that we had cars that were stretching out onto a major thoroughfare, which made it dangerous for people. There was also a difficult time because we had so many more parents transporting last year, very inefficient pickup drop-off situation, which made for a really long period of time outside in the bus loop, making sure that kids could get into the school. So we did some renovations on the project, or on the bus loop last fall. This involved taking away the parking spaces along that main entrance to the parking lot and adding a turnaround area by the playground. And so what this allowed us to do was to have both a bus entrance and a car entrance to the parking lot. And the car entrance could drop kids off at the same time that buses were in the bus loop, or nearly simultaneously, which sped up the process quite a bit. But it also offers a lot of other things that are to be desired. It took away a bunch of our parking spaces, which hurts for events. It also led to teachers being out in the weather, kids being out in the weather. So we have a little temporary shack that people can stay out of the rain in right now. And it also, so it's not very desirable. We have kids on foot mixing with in close proximity to cars and buses. It's just not a great situation all around. And so our proposal is to actually remove the buses from the existing parking lot area, and then actually use the current transportation entrance, though it'd be modified a little bit to square it off to make it a little bit easier to see coming out of the transportation entrance. So the buses would come into the transportation entrance and park in a newly constructed bus loop instead of trying to get into the parking lot at the same time that cars are getting into the parking lot. So this would allow us to do parent pickup and drop off simultaneously with bus pickup and drop off. It would also improve the front entrance of our school, which right now, if you're coming to an event, the entrance is past the elementary school, past the dumpsters, and onto the field. And it would sort of reorient everything so that there's new parking that's in the bus loop that people could use when going to the track or to football games or to softball games during that season. There would also be a little lane constructed that would allow us to use the parking lot, existing parking lot, as an overflow parking lot for events, and new sidewalking that would allow kids to, when they exit buses, to follow the sidewalk into the school. It's about the same distance that a lot of students were walking before. Over time, what we'd like to do is probably remove that circular area and then add back some parking spaces, and take away that confusing bus entrance, car entrance setup that we have right now. So all around, it takes buses out of the equation and makes things a lot more safe for kids, and also makes the pickup and drop off way more efficient. We don't have any more car backups, and we should get rid of that problem entirely. This shows a close-up of the bus spaces and how those would work. Also shows some different stormwater areas that are possibilities to cope with the drainage situation. Part of the stormwater management would be actually under the loop itself. So containers would be added under the bus loop to manage stormwater, but there would also be a little stormwater management area over here. And then also we have an existing stormwater management pond. And so this would be behind the softball field. You can see that there's some trees that would be used as a shield from wind, and all around would make for a nice entrance into the athletic facility. Because of how state aid works, we're also going to be recommending doing some work inside the elementary school building at the same time so that we can capture aid on the outside work with the bus loop. And what we're proposing is window replacements. So these are what window replacements would look like. We're actually going to take a look through all the windows that we have at the elementary school and note the ones most in need of repair. But this is part of the project that we are going to have to do eventually anyway. And so it's a really simple add-on for this emergency bus loop project that is a safety concern. It's also very important to note that this has no tax impact at all. So what happened was that the school closure last year led to some unexpected fund balance, and the fund balances turned into savings for the district, and that's currently in our bank. And so we're just going to use this fund balance to fund this project. There will be no impact to taxes, and the school won't have to do any borrowing for this project. And again, the project includes interior work, which also allows us to capture building aid for this project. So a very simple project. We plan on having a vote for this on the 23rd of September, which is the same day as the elementary school open house, to make it convenient for folks. But just wanted to give you a summary of what this project is like. I know that the timeline is much shorter than most building projects, but it's also a much simpler building project than other things that we have gone into. I should also say that because we're fast tracking this project, we hope that it gets underway with shovels in the ground by the spring of 22, hopefully with a finish date of September of 22, so that we can have this done by the start of school in the fall of 22. However, if it's not quite finished by the fall, there's still the possibility to continue working on it in the fall, because it doesn't really impact any of the elementary school operations. So if we needed to work into the fall to finish it, we still can. Please let me know if you have any questions. I hope this has been helpful.